EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Western Pennsylvania and Heinz Field in the Steel City of Pittsburgh. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Carolina Panthers and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Here we go. The final week of the NFL season, Week 17, is underway. This will be taken in at the 1. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
Ready? Ready? I got you.
First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
At the 23-yard line.
Ready? Ready?
50. Pick it up. Pick it up. Pick it up.
Ready?
Now it's Newton. He gets it to Thomas. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Back to throw, Newton. And he's got his target. That's Moore. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one good for 24 yards. Solid catch there for a man who's been so brilliant this year. Worth pointing out, as we were talking about earlier, there has never in the 60-year history of the award been a pass catcher, tight end, or wide receiver that has taken home the MVP trophy.
And the best receivers I've talked with, they know that stat, and it drives them crazy because they understand that without a quarterback, they don't make the plays that they make. They also don't feel like they get enough credit for bailing out some of the throws the quarterbacks make.
Absolutely. Takes 2 to tango. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Newton now to throw. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a Panthers first down, 17 yards on the play. On first down, this is McCaffrey. The ball's out. McCaffrey lost it.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Escaping the pressure right. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So he was past the line of scrimmage when he threw it.
And as they say, that's a no-no. Got to be able to understand where you are on the field and not cross the line before throwing the ball downfield.
A toss here to Scarlett. Room here to run. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. They had quite a hole to dig out of there on 3rd and long. Not able to get the first, but a pretty good-sized run.
A really good run. But how much confidence do you have in your next play call that you can sell to the head coach? Let's go get it on 4th down. Do you really have a play you believe in? Or are you just hopeful? And you got to sell it to the big man before it gets called.
So the opening drive does yield points. Maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points.
Ready. 8, 3. 54. 54. Hey, pick your game up.
First carry for James Conner. And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll run here with counter. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down. On third down, Wakefield. But it's brought in by Washington. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It'll be a gain of 17 at a Pittsburgh first.
Ready up. Check, check. 54. Here we go. Ready.
On first down, Wakefield. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Give him 30 yards there.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pumps from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? Because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
Second and 2. That is caught. It's Juju for the Steeler touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster. His 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers have taken the lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot defensively. How do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do because what they normally would.
They got his man complete. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Again, Newton. And he's got McCaffrey open, complete. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Here's Newton. This will be caught inside the 10. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7.
That's it. Let's pick it up. 20. Here we go.
Throwing again is Newton. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Cam Hayward, always a force, got back there for the sack.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. They were held to a field goal on their first drive. They want 6 now, but it's 3rd and goal. Newton to throw, and that will be incomplete. The rookie from Michigan there defensively. That's Devin Bush making the play.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
This one fielded at the 5. And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And the magnitude of this game, everybody knows it. The fans, obviously the players and coaches. There's just with them a palpable buzz right now. They know they control their own destiny.
Win and you're in. And I think every player wants that. I think every coach wants that. I haven't been an organization yet that wants to be in a game where they have to rely on other teams to get them to their goals. In this situation, it's very cut and dry. Win and you're in the playoffs. That's their mission. That's their challenge. And you know they've chosen to accept it.
And what they told us is this has been the most focused week of practice we've had all year. You wouldn't expect any different.
Yeah, and you know, at the beginning of the season, you had multiple goals. They just have one now in the game.
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down.
Leo.
He's coming. Double up.
From the gun on 3rd down. Wakefield, he's going to fire one deep. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 18.
Boy, Brandon, that's what I'd call an ill-advised pass right there on 3rd down. I mean, you just need a yard or 2 to keep the drive going. Instead, he's trying to hit a home run. You've got to really like your chances if you're going to take a shot like that.
Good starting position for the Panthers as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Panther 1st down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Watch the screen. Let's go.
From the 38, Newton eluding the pressure, and a big loss here as he's taken down. Stephon Tuitt, the former Notre Dame man, racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long. Newton. Thomas has got it, complete. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 29-yard line.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Now Newton. Flushed out right. And he will score. Touchdown, Panthers. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Panthers are going to jump back in front.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it worked very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
This fielded at the 2. He's got the lane, and there he goes. The 20, 10, and into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. That kick return TD is 98 yards in length. And now they can recapture the lead if they can make the PAT. Extra point splits the uprights. And with it, his guys take the lead here by a point. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. I'm eager to see how they decide.
Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked by Trayvon Mullen.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
60 outlaw. Let's pin the mirror back and go.
Right back to Connor here on first. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
70, Indy.
On 2nd down, Connor looking for space. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
Luke Kuechly combines speed, intelligence, toughness, puts it all together. It makes plays like one we just saw there. He may not be a big-time blitzer, but, boy, he knows how to pursue straight ahead and make plays in the run game.
And he'll find Washington. That's complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 25-yard line. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. This one fielded at the 5. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you turn that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. picked off by Jordan Lewis. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. 13 yards, first down, Panthers.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Under 10, under 10, 10. Back. Safe. 20.
On second down, McCaffrey. And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. Christian McCaffrey hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Panthers are once again going to retake the lead. From the gun, here's Newton. And he will find the end zone here, and the lead moves up to 7. And, of course, on the two-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Wakefield. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. Another incompletion with that one. He's just 7 of 14 throwing the football. 50%. Typically not going to get it done, is it?
And let's just make it simple. And that's exactly why they trail.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. They run with Connor, and they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. Back to throw. Wakefield.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Taken in at the 11. $35 yards on the return. Picked up some good blocks as well. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They'll try to get the running game going with McCaffrey. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
They'll run it with Scarlett. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5. throwing is Newton. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Darius Leonard, the linebacker. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 65 yards on the ground. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a first-and-goal situation. Here we go now with Smith. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Another try for Smith. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Ito Smith with touchdown number 12 on the year. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 21. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away.
Let's go. Do it.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They'll need to regroup after the costly interception last time. It led to a tying touchdown. 21 all is where we stand, and they've got it 1st and 10. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Newton now to throw. Flush to his right. Now he's going to throw it back deep. Oh, and this will be caught at the 30. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. A big play there for the Panthers. 45 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now Newton. Now the ball comes loose, and it's picked up by the Steelers. There he goes left side, and he takes it back to the house. A fumble recovery for a Steelers score. So many times tight games decided by one big play. And a lot of times, of course, it's the offense. Here, it's the defense coming up huge.
And you know head coaches walk around locker rooms, walk around bench areas saying, guys, somebody make a play. It's a cliche, but it applies here.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear the coaches from all the way up here. They were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
Now Scarlett. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. Sheldon Richardson there to make the play.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. From just shy of midfield, Newton. And he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time is run out on this third quarter of play. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's the Panthers in possession of the football, but facing a deficit here as we get to the fourth and final quarter of play. And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a third time. Sean Davis with a pick. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
Well, Brandon, there's no question who they're going to look to on third and long, but you can bet this defense knows that as well, so they've got him blanketed downfield. And this ball winds up being intercepted.
6-6, pull it high.
Off play action. Wakefield. Got an open man. It's Washington. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
A run with counter on first down, going to get about 5. 2nd and 5 coming up. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. To throw on second down. Wakefield. That is caught at the 7. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A good pick up there of 20 yards. So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll run here with Connor. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down. Looking to throw on second down. Wakefield. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. James Washington was the intended target, but now it's 3rd and goal.
I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got to lead, you've got to protect it, and he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this, fourth quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage.
Yeah, that one probably should have been picked, huh?
Hard.
36.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. James Washington, his 11th touchdown on the year. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. This is taken at the 3. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. This is McCaffrey, and he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. To throw is Newton. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a Panthers first down, 17 yards on the play. Newton now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Now with toss. This is McCaffrey. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Rush 20. 8.
On 2nd and 12, Newton. His throw incomplete. The linebacker, T.J. Watt, there on the coverage.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. He has a first down, and that catch will also put him over 100 yards receiving now on the afternoon. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 36.
Jam. Check 9.
Back to the ground attack here. It's McCaffrey. And he loses the football a second time. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 2nd and 9, Newton going right side here, and that's complete. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 18. From the red zone now, Newton. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Back to the air, Newton on 2nd down. His throw caught right around the 6. And a loose football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, that drive wasn't a case of wanting to put points on the board. It was needing to, having to, and they didn't get it done.
Yeah, didn't get it done, and now you look at the situation and the point differential, 2 scores, pretty much game, set, match.
How about the takeaway, though, huh? How about those?
Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. The 40, the 30, and all the way down to the 22-yard line. It's a big play there for the Steelers. 67 yards. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone.
Check. General West. Fire.
Staying on the ground. This time it's Smith. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
They go back to the ground with Smith. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better. And that got it done in this one.
So for Pittsburgh, it's an 11th win of the year as they'll finish the regular season at 11-5. And now they'll await the final seeding for the playoffs ahead. Meanwhile, for the Panthers,